Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Thank you for tuning in once again, guys. I love the feedback from the last video. Um, Today's going to be a little bit different though. I'm going to post a video of today's seminar and the event at Prodigy Fishing that was hosted by the Bubba's Outdoors Sportsman here in Brownsville. And it's going to be a little bit of a video where it's everywhere. I didn't really plan on making a video. I didn't think about a storyline or anything like that. That'd be cool for you guys. I just kind of took some shots here and there of the store to give you guys a visual of the store, Prodigy Fishing, located in Port Isabel, Texas. And I took some short clips of one of the country singers that was there. I took a short clip of, Joel, which is the owner of Prodigy Fishing, a little bit about his seminar, talking about sharks and things like that. So I'm going to put some music throughout some of the video, and just know that the video is going to be kind of everywhere. It doesn't really have a good flow because, again, I didn't really plan it. I just kind of shot video here and there. My little brother recorded us with the GoPro, but as you guys know, my GoPro's famous for always getting hot and turning off and things like that. So my seminar was about 40 minutes long. There's no way I'm going to put a 40-minute video out there for you guys. So I shortened it out and just got some pieces here and there. And Joel's was about 20 seconds or 30 seconds because I did that with my phone. I wasn't prepared. I was just kind of just shooting video here and there. But all in all, it was a great event. I learned a lot of things today from Joel himself as far as shark fishing goes. I don't usually shark fish, but I do intend to go with him. If you guys don't know, Joel, the owner of Prodigy Fishing, he's actually a charter for shark fishing. And he takes people out to catch some sharks. And he's got some pretty badass equipment from what I seen on his truck. And obviously he has a jet ski, so he can jet ski the bait out and things like that. So if you're thinking about going shark fishing, definitely hit him up at Prodigy Fishing. And if you're thinking about hiring a country singer, hit up Carl. I think his name's Carson. I'm not too sure. I'll check right now. I didn't get his last name. Let's see. I know it was Carson something. Let me give you guys the name. You're going to see it on the video either way. But Carson Miller, the Coastal Cowboy. Check out his Facebook. Check out his Instagram, his TikTok, wherever he's at. And follow his music. Good singer, young kid. So if you want to hire a singer, that'd be your country singer. That would be your next one too as well. But anyways, guys, I'm talking way too much. Let's get to the video. Just understand, it's everywhere. It's kind of like just videos of this, videos of that, videos of this, videos of that. So I hope you enjoy the video nonetheless. See you guys in the next one.
First off, my name's Carson Miller. Carson Miller, the Coastal Cowboy. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram. Put your toes down in the water and let a smile across your face. Tell me that you love me, love me. No, I ain't the sharpest chisel that your hands have ever held. Darling, I can love you well and several.
Look, okay, she sending pics of me before they hit the ground. All night we run them numbers on a fitness app. This a cricket match, couple day affair with your wife. You think she leaving with my hoodie, told her give it back. Stop off at the hometown, looking like I'm still the man. I see some epitomes of what it's like to finish last. I wonder what it's like to drop and ain't feeling that. Been through a lot, but I ain't never had to deal with that. And fuck about I'm bunk, I'm done laying low. I'm done acting like the enemy ain't made of gold. Solid to the core, I can never play a role. And if she tryna choose, tell her I don't take a rose. Know the hit, make her fall in love and take a soul. Yeah, check the body count, but I ain't saving bones. This a favorite song, once I go and lay the votes. Circle staying close, strangers taking notes, so we stay at home. Traps hot, Macaulay cooking at the cribbo. Y'all done set the boss so low, it got the game I love and live. Oh, guess I gotta go and save it, kill him off and bake the minnows. Tryna fry the bigger fish and set the table for the kinfolk. I'm pulling out the fine China. If I put out a globe, I bet you couldn't find China. Can't relate to a nigga if he never left the States. I'm a kinda gal, baby, I'm Japanese born and raised. I heard that you got press, started telling names. You obsessing over hoes, she replied, I let her wait. Had to grow up at the tender age of 10 and change. So glad it's something I don't do that never been the same. I ain't been the same. Swear to God, I ain't been the same. Man. like who's falling victim, not me. In the zone with the hits on a hot streak. I couldn't fall off if I tried. Got the sauce and the look up in my eyes. So she said the pics of me before they hit the gram. All night we run them numbers on a fitness app. This a cricket match, couple day affair with your wife. You think she leaving with my hoodie, bitch? Give it back. Stop off at the hometown, looking like I'm still the man. I see some epitones of what it's like to finish last. Tell me what it's like to drop and they ain't feeling that. Been through a lot, but I ain't never had to deal with that.
Usually with these, you never know, like I said, you never know what you're gonna hook into. I could drop a bait 500 yards to 600 yards off the beach and catch a 4-foot blacktip, or I could catch a 12-foot hammerhead. You just never know. And when you're catching something the size of a car, you want to have tackle, because that's a fish of a lifetime that you're hooking. Right, you don't want to lose it.
Some of you may have seen my videos. Some of you may have probably haven't seen them, but you probably didn't see them on my YouTube channel, but you probably seen them on other fishing pages. Like if you look at the Gaiman Bridge Facebook, or what is it, South Texas Anglers, whatever the case is, people are always sharing my videos on there, or pictures, or whatever the case is. And those people are usually stalkers. No, I'm just kidding. No, they're actually my sponsors. So Texas Made Lures is one of my sponsors. They sponsor basically all the lures that I have. So if you see those boxes right there on those tables, those are some of the lures that I have. And if you watch my channel, you'll see that I always have a mess in the back here, because I have just a ton of bags of lures. I don't catch sharks, unfortunately, but we do catch redfish, snook, black drum, everything on the channel. I do want to catch shark though, so one day I'm gonna have to go out with Prodigy and get some sharks out there, and get the drone out and see if we can get some good shots.
You need to take me fishing. Back there,
I can fit a chair back here. It's, you say to weigh 120, right? Yeah. I weigh 160, so we should fit the max weight, 275. So there was a time where on my YouTube channel, the videos on there, a cold front came in the middle of nowhere, right? It just came in randomly. And I should have checked the weather channel, I guess, but I didn't check it that day. So when I went out there, it was super calm, the calm before the storm. And I caught a redfish. Shortly after that, the wind just came in like at 50, 55 mile an hour winds. And I'm in San Martin Lake, and I'm paddling as fast as I could. But unfortunately, the wind was just taking me into the mangroves. About 3 hours later, the game warden had to go in there with an airboat, get me out of there. I know fire and rescue went in there, their boat messed up or something, and then they couldn't go in there, so I had to wait for the game warden. Because if you guys go to San Martin, there's oyster beds along the edge. So it has to be an airboat to get back there. You can't go on a regular boat, you're gonna damage it. So I was way back there. They couldn't put the ascent onto the boat because it was too heavy. I think it weighed about 140 pounds. But it was a 12-foot 9 boat, about the length of this one. So then we tied it up. The next day I went back with another kayak, and I tied it up and brought it. That's when I bought this one, right? I said, okay, I'm gonna buy a pedal drive, so that way I never have to, be facing the wind or paddling against the wind or dealing with current or anything like that. The only thing that can stop me on this one from moving through heavy wind is probably if it's really shallow, right? I can go pretty skinny on this pedal drive. The only thing is, if it's within like 4 or 5 inches, I'm gonna be fluttering my feet, which basically means the pedal drive, if you look at it down here, basically it goes up and down like this, and that's basically how it goes forward and back, right? And when it's shallow, I keep my feet up, and then I'm just basically doing this. And that'll move, but it'll move at a slow pace. So if it's really, really windy, it's gonna be, beating me, pushing me back. So you can see it. So this drive itself is $1,500, just this by itself. This is basically the heart of the kayak, right? Without this, you're not gonna go anywhere. If you take this off and you wanna go just for a regular paddle, on this kayak, I don't recommend it. It's pretty heavy. You guys saw how hard it was to bring it over here. It weighs about 100 pounds dry, and then you have probably about another 60, 70 pounds worth of gear on it. So it probably weighs about 150, 160 pounds the way it is. So I use wheels to kind of move it back and forth, and even then it's pretty heavy. But this drive, that's the reason I have it tethered here. So in case, I've seen guys, they'll put it on top of the bow like that while they're fishing, because they want the extra space in case they have a fish or whatever. and it'll slide off, and once it falls off, it doesn't float. It just goes straight down, right? So that's the reason why this drive is so expensive. It's basically what Hobie is, the drive, right? Everything else is just a kayak. With the drive, I'm gonna kind of go back and forth, guys, because I don't have this kind of sketched out or anything. With the drive itself, people were asking me earlier, what happens when it gets really shallow, if it hits the bottom or what happens. On the 2019 model and older, you had it where these pedals, they were just kind of locked in place, right? You pedal and that was it. But if you hit an oyster bed or a rock or something in the bottom, you were gonna damage the fins, right? With the way these are set up on the 2020, let's say I'm coming on an oyster bed or something and I don't see it, and it comes from in front of it and it hits it, my fins go back, they go up, right? And then they go right back down. As you're going, they just go right back to normal.
Is that something that does by itself?
Yes.
When it hits something?
It does it by itself automatically. On the 2020 and newer, it's automatically gonna kick up. They're called kick up fins. And the way they go back up, they go back down by themselves. It's just the way they're designed. You'll notice because on the drive here, it'll say Mirage Drive 180. And then it'll have the reverse and forward here. So there's
the reverse as well?
Yeah, so I'm gonna show you that right now. So there's two different kayaks drives. There is the PDL, which is the one that looks like a little turbine at the bottom, like a little propeller. And on the pedal drive, it's like a bicycle. You're going forward and then back. That one's a good drive. If you're in deep water, it's pretty quick. The difference is on this one is if you're really shallow water, on that one, you're gonna need at least 12 inches or so of a clearance. And if you don't have it, the drive has to go up and you have to pedal. This one, obviously the benefit is you can go really, really shallow. I can be in about 4 inches of water, let's just say, and I'm gonna be paddling, but I don't wanna be holding my drive in this position the whole time. So they have, Hobie has a leash on it, just like this one here. So when you put the leash on it, you can put it here or over here. It's basically gonna hold it there the whole time. So now you're paddling and you don't have to worry about the drive hitting anything at the bottom. So when Hobie created the kayak, they basically, they tested it. You know, real fishermen went out there, tested everything that could happen with it. And that's how they came out with, you know, a simple thing as a leash on a kayak, right? Because it's a stupid, when I first saw it, I was like, what the hell is this for? What am I gonna do with this? But then I saw a video and it's to hold the drive. Otherwise, you'll be holding it with a leg extended the whole time and you will get a cramp that way too. The reverse and drive is right here. It's got two levers basically. You can't see them from there probably. It's got a forward and reverse. So basically what you do is, if I'm gonna go back, which I do in some cases when I'm fighting bigger fish and I'm not anchored, they're taking me into the oyster bed, I have to quickly hit the reverse leash, the reverse lever here, and it basically moves the fins, it moves them. So I'm not too sure how the bottom looks like, but it'll just start moving backwards. I don't know how that works, to be honest with you. I never seen the bottom, but it just hit reverse and it goes back. As far as the accessories go on this kayak, it's got a rudder in the back. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's up. It'll have a lever here. This is how you deploy the rudder. You're gonna pull here. You're gonna move it to the side, and it's gonna drop the rudder in the back. It's got two handles, these right here, and that'll move the rudder, right? The reason it has two handles is because sometimes you're fighting a fish with the right hand, sometimes the left hand, you're moving back and forth, especially if you're trying to grab them with the net at the same time. The fish will run this way, you have to switch hands. If the fish runs that way, you have to switch hands, and you're still able to maintain where the kayak is moving and things like that. And then that's pretty much as far as the kayak itself. I know it has, here in the back, these are called H rails. These rails right here, they're aluminum, just like this one here. The Hobie comes with these two front H rails factory, and it usually just has a bungee that runs from that side to that side on both ends. But I went ahead and upgraded it to the H rail as well on the back end. The H rails are really good because it's sturdy, it's aluminum, it's not gonna bend like this plastic part right here. So it's got track mounts, if you guys can see them here. These are plastic and this is aluminum. If you put something heavy on this plastic, unfortunately, it kind of has that play with the weight
and I've had it where the GoPro just falls off the track mount.
All right, guys, that's going to be it. I do appreciate everybody who shows love and support daily on my channel. I'm going to be fishing tomorrow morning at 5 in the morning. So with hopefully it goes well tomorrow as it usually does, and we can land some redfish or some snook. I'm going to go with Isaac Ramos, which is the other Tex-Made Lure pro staff member who I went with last time, and he messed up his knee on that other video. So we're going to go out there tomorrow to San Martin at 5 in the morning, which is approximately in the next 3 hours. So I'm going to try to get some sleep while I upload this video for you guys, and then I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.